everyone, it's Shotzi for TheRoughCuts on Sunday, and today I'm going to be talking about another film I saw at the Austin Film Festival. This one is The Spirit Molecule. It was directed by Mitch Schultz, and it is narrated by Joe Rogan. This film delves into the chemical called dimethyltryptamine, otherwise known as DMT. Some of you may be familiar with DMT because it is very abundant in the brew known as ayahuasca, which is used in multiple religious rituals in South America, and it's also the only legal method of its use in the United States when it's used in religious rituals in Brazilian churches. Otherwise, DMT is highly illegal in the US. It's considered to be a Schedule 1 drug, which is in the same classification with heroin, LSD, marijuana, and other such drugs. Now, what this documentary delves into, it basically talks about Dr. Rick Strassman's experiments in the early half of the 1990s when he was trying to figure out what exactly DMT is, what it does, why we have it. Because this particular chemical is a very simple molecule, but it's highly abundant in pretty much all plant life and in most mammals, more notably humans in our case, and it's believed to be created by the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is very interesting. In Ayurveda, it's considered to be the sixth chakra, and many consider it to be the third eye. Now, no one is really positive as to why we produce this particular chemical, but it's believed to be essential in dreaming, also in just all around consciousness. And people call it the spirit molecule because they believe that it has a very close link with human spirituality and basically our concept of consciousness. And some also consider it to be almost a reality molecule because this very simple molecule can have such a profound effect on our minds and our concept of what is going on. And what this delves into, Mitch Schultz, he found many of the participants in the 1990s experiments with Dr. Strassman, and they had very similar experiences where when they were put under the influence of this drug, which was a very high dose actually, they felt as though they were being completely separated from their earthly body, and basically they were just a soul, for lack of a better term to describe it, and they were just kind of the universe. One person even described it as being a fractal in the universe, and they felt as though there was absolutely no concept of time. There was no past, there was no future, you're just there. And they felt as though it was almost like a portal between life, death, and then rebirth. So it's just really interesting the experiences that people had. So this documentary, it doesn't delve so much into the scientific aspect of the experiments that Dr. Strassman was conducting, but rather the stories of the participants of those experiments, and then also other scientific professionals who are kind of speculating what this chemical does and why it's there and why there needs to be further research into it. And can it have any sort of medicinal purpose, such as helping people with depression, with pain, and other aspects along those lines. Now, another great thing about this documentary is the soundtrack and also the visuals. The visuals are absolutely amazing. And if you're a fan of fractals, you will love this documentary. It'll blow your mind. And on the website, thespiritmolecule.com, in the future, it isn't there right now, but in the future, they're going to have up more than 100 hours of interviews that they conducted for this. It took Mitch Schultz 5 years to do this documentary. And so everyone will be able to watch all of those. Because right now the DVD is going into its first pressing and will be available hopefully by the end of this year. If not the end of this year, then the beginning of next year. They've already finished taking off their pre-orders. But it's definitely something that I highly recommend everyone to check out. And they'll also have the soundtrack and the graphics available. So, I will be seeing you all next week. No, I was going to say something else, but I won't. I'll keep that as a surprise. So, I will see you all next week. Until then, bye-bye.